Everyone has their own idea of what is missing from the game, from simple custom shoes to capital ships. Even though we got our first taste of jetpack, there are many more things I wish to see, in addition to what has been provided thus far. There are plenty of great many things like roads between locations and possible patrols on them which are being worked on, or the dynamic trade affecting price adjustments. Yet let us start with something that kind of exists already, but is not allowed at the hands of the players. The mines. We can find the laser or explosive mines in multiple locations doing exploration, wreck recovery, or sometimes even in an event. They have been present for several years and usually are blocking a path or some doorway positioned rather cleverly. I would like to have these at my disposal as well, like claymores. Pop them up in defensive positions or block off access in some event, some area. I would not like for them to be as powerful as they are when we encounter them right now, as I believe in most cases they kill a player pretty much instantly when going near one. But this would suddenly provide a lot more options for combat. Even if they would be non-lethal, like doing 10 to 20% damage to the full health of a player, I think that would be quite okay. Perhaps the only thing they should do is make them easier to spot. That would be the only thing which would be required. So going on with the weapons theme, why not two-handed melee weapons or any expansion on close quarters weapons? I don't mean Star Wars style lightsabers, but then again powered close combat weapons which might have some laser-like effects. That does seem quite probable. We know of the Vandal Trident or this Plasma Spear, but perhaps something of this medium size like UEE Combat Gladius. I mean the sword, not the ship. Having a battery and looking as if the blade's edge is powered up. Or perhaps the blade itself looking superheated as if it could cut through armor. Or a flail or a mace or something else interesting. Perhaps even a baseball bat. Of course it might not end up being the main weapon, but it would be fun to have some freedoms with these close quarters weapons as well, alongside your assault rifles, miniguns and rocket launchers. Or why not even vintage weapons for that time, like 1911s or AK-47s, because it seems that the fundamentals have pretty much stayed the same. Bullets, gun, point and fire. Oh yeah, I'm being weapons heavy today, but from another perspective, how about random encounters? We did have something like that for a while, and that was actually quite a few years ago. They were these events where you might get ripped out of quantum travel to encounter hostile ships or an asteroid or some wreck. For the time being, these have been removed, because of several reasons, from them not being stable enough to players being AFK while traveling and more. They really did not serve much of a purpose than just to annoy the player traveling. I would not like to see similar encounters everywhere and all the time and all over the station systems, planets and all the locations. But I think random encounters could have some potential, being part of dynamic events, being part of something bigger than just being there for a reason to block you and waste your time. Let's say an organization like the Ninetales is doing a planetary blockade, thus resulting in a dynamic event where any interactions trying to visit or leave that planet will result in, or has a high probability to result in combat scenarios with Ninetale ships. So let's say for a period of 2 weeks there is this random event, and there are random encounters throughout this time where you might have combat scenarios happening, or you perhaps find a wreck or something similar. Of course, these days I think it would be some kind of a quantum jammer which is positioned there, or perhaps a beacon or something, which would arouse attention and either pull you out of quantum travel or give you a mission where you might get pulled out of quantum travel or something similar. Or what about animals? I mean, there is a long list of animals they are planning to add to the game. Are there any of those which might be rideable? That's a whole bunch of work right there, but the idea of riding some futuristic predator seems quite awesome. Perhaps even using it in combat. This seems the unlikeliest of all the things I could imagine, but it might create another new level of nasty for the combat. So yeah, there is a lot of potential. There are in general many small nifty things players might want to have or want to see in the future of this game. They do give us plenty of freedoms, while also some limitations. But perhaps the biggest freedom they could have given us is being worked on right now. I am of course talking about the base building and even station building. I expect the cornerstone for all of this will be easy to use organization system in the game, and that is in the works as well. It will give us the community for this large world and help us expand it. So we are getting things, we might not be getting all we want, but there is a lot of freedom still and a lot of potential things to come. I'm sure everyone has their own idea what they would like to see in the game. I would gladly like to read it down in the comments below if you would be kind enough to leave one. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, and thanks for watching!